Hey guys, it's me, EODGamerz here. In this video, we're going to be doing a demonstration of the Omen of Sanctification as well. I'm going to be sharing with you not only with a live example, but what exactly it does, the outcomes, and what happens when you sanctify an item. Can you corrupt it after? What happens then? Everything will be explained in this video as well. This is of course filmed on 0.3 of the new league in a fresh economy. Today is day 5 of the new league. If you're interested in more content on how to make money, more resources in Path of Exile 2, we are a market-focused channel, so more information on the channel as well. I am personally going to be doing my one over here, which is more or less complete today, with many good lines as well. In my opinion, most people shouldn't be taking the risk with this unless you, of course, have a Hinekora's lock, which I'll show you an example on a Hinekora's lock item as well. If you're interested in a Hinekora's lock video on like what else is affecting Hinekora's lock, you can check that video out for more details on the channel as well. But unfortunately, I don't have two. This one here is going to be 100% mystery. Hopefully, I can get a Sanctified item that is really nice. Always do it if you have a spare. In this case, I have kind of like a spare one here. So I'm not really super afraid if I worst come to worst, mess it up real bad. But let's, fingers crossed, I hope it does quite well. So what Sanctification is you have to use a Divine Orb and pretty much you are unable to modify the item after you have sanctified it. Why this is like super strong is because the values that can change is from 80% all the way up to 120%, which if you get 120% on a +5 cold spell skills 1 could potentially push it up to a +6. And of course, that's something that I'm interested in to try to see whether it can do, and maybe everything else can be pushed further with Sanctification too. I want to see at the same time, there's a fractured line, like that cast speed 32%. Does it stay fractured and not changing at all from Sanctification? Or does it change? So many interesting things that we're going to cover. Now, first things first, let's do it on a Hinekora's lock where we have a bit of an example of how an item differs if you don't sanctify versus sanctify. So if you use a Divine Orb, for example, on this item here, you can see in the modifier lines here that it just changes. My 30% cold damage drops to 29 and my maximum mana is 5. So 29, 5 and 22 cast speed, 2 maximum mana. So if I sanctify it, you can always just rewind a bit if you can't remember. I remember more or less the numbers. So you can see Sanctify and it drops all the way to 25% cold damage. It drops similarly to 2% maximum mana, 7% maximum mana and 2% mana on kill and 28% cast speed as well. So that 25% cold damage is actually really bad because it goes below the tier 1 line, which tier 1 lines are 27-30. So Hinekora's lock, this helps us like kind of get an example of like the difference if you were to sanctify it and not sanctify it. But here we're going in blind, and if you appreciate the content on this video, I'm sacrificing my wand here for this video. Today is day 5 and this is a really nice one. I do have a bit of spare, but I hope it doesn't mess up. So sanctifying an item would be really nice if it can give me a +6 cold spell skills. That's a huge W. So I like this video. Give me some good luck as well. And 1, 2, 3. Of course, we want to know what happens after that as well. So I'm going to be preparing some. Let's get a bit of Val Orbs to see whether we can Val an item even after sanctifying it. So let's check it out. Thankfully, it didn't go to +4 cold spell skills. But very interestingly to note, you can see over here, it messed up a lot of stuff. So it was a huge L in my opinion. Mana regen here is the lower end, so we actually took an L for this item. So it went down to the lower end of the spectrum. Gain extra damage. Oh, so painful, man. 23%, it went down as well. Extra fire damage is in the middle of the range. Elemental damage, it was lowered, it was 89. So this is a really huge L as well. I took a massive L on this item. But at the same time, at least we didn't go to like +4 cold spell skills. That would be horrendous, right? And interesting to note, cast speed didn't change at all. So if you fracture an item, it is locked. It doesn't change. But hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But more importantly, me losing gave us education for all of you watching this video as well. The question is, right now on a Sanctified item, what can we do to it? Can we still do something on it? I'm not going to be spending the mirror, definitely. But you can see, right click, you cannot corrupt it. Annul, you can't annul it. You can't pretty much do anything on this one because it doesn't highlight. You can notice that this unsanctified one highlights, but over here you can see item is sanctified, it can't change. If I right click the mirror, you notice I am unable to mirror a sanctified item as well. So that is the definition of sanctification. It's more or less like a corruption line. Maybe in future we have some mechanics that cleanse the sanctification. It does say most methods of item crafting cannot be used on sanctified items. So there may be some in future items that can be sanctified in future. But anyways, once we find out more information, either leave it in the pinned comment or comment as well for us to all share knowledge together. Otherwise, we'll have more videos on the channel when new information arises. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. And I highly recommend you check out the Hinekora's log video up next.